All right, going to talk you through how to get ready to take a trip through the Mojave Road. Nice, desert trip. Number one is you want to keep all maintenance for the very end. You should do any kind of thing like radiator replacement or front seal replacement, hose replacement, that kind of thing. You need to do that right before you take the trip. That way the trip is when you test the repair. You can't be too picky about the camper shell when it was free. Really can't be that picky. All right, remember to leave wee Todd early. Little rest stop here just past Newberry Springs. All right, River Road cut off, going up to Laughlin. Coming into downtown Laughlin, this is our jumping off point for the Mojave Trail. There's that riverboat looking casino. Well, that's the helpful buzzer from Dodge letting you know the washer fluid's low. Hey, a good piece of advice here is open up the Mojave Road guidebook before you drive to Laughlin. That way, when you have to drive back to Fort Mojave, that was part of your plan. All right, well, let's swing by Harbor Freight and see what we don't need. All right, here's the start of the Mojave Trail, the Lower Colorado River. All right, let's get going. It's a good time to air down and beer up if you're into that. Nice to see that sign. All right, here's the bottom of Granite Springs or Granite Falls. This part here is not much of a waterfall, but I'll show you the waterfall that looks like only the single track of the dirt bikes can get past. Give me a second. All right, this is what you're not getting up in your Jeep unless it's highly modified. You can see the single track's taking that little run up there. This here, I think, is the actual waterfall. You can see a little water there on it coming out of the springs. We're gonna walk right back up there, get back up to the Dodge. This is another part of that waterfall. This here you could do in, any decent 4x4. That's a little bit more technical. Like I said, it's the middle one that sort of limits the access through this. That's why that trail has you going around this pinch point. This area could be a decent camping spot, but you're so close to the start. It doesn't make a lot of sense unless you started the trail in an off time. That's pretty out here. There you can see a balancing rock. There's a primitive campsite over there. You can see why it's pretty hard to get lost on this trail. Once you're on it, you can almost always see it going on ahead of you. To the south there's the 40, to the 15. We're about to cross the 95 here. Coming up on Paiute Wash up there, that's the low point. All right, we made it through the wash, up and out. We're heading into the view in this switch line. This is Fort Paiute. This little out and back point of interest. There's a couple of little hikes from here, and you can see there's a little bit of shade. Alright, back on the Mojave Road after that detour and run down the power line road. Pro tip for you here, don't test whether your transfer case will go in 4-low until you get to a nice big hairy hill. That way you got a little bit of excitement. So this is Indian Well. There's a lot of petroglyphs here. Pretty cool to kind of look at this stuff and think, how long ago people were scratching on these rocks and messing around. It's hard to make out exactly what the drawings are, but it's definitely something people did, not something, it just happened by nature. So it is kind of cool to think about all the people before us who were here messing around, drawing little pictures, whatever it is they mean. Got a nice mountain up there ahead of you. Off to the left here, that's the true Mojave Road. A lot of people bypass this small rough section by staying on Cedar Road, which is the wide road we're currently on. I'm not going to tell you which one I'm going to do. All right, this is the parking lot for Rock House. See Rock House just there. There's our little view of the area. This is Rock House. There's a sign explaining the history to it, who built it, and who's been here recently. The reason it's here is because there's a spring down there. But again, nice place to stop, have your lunch, have your breakfast, use the pit toilet. Good view around here. Nice little mesa over there. This is Government Holes. Got a well there. Got a corral there. We got a windmill and another well up there. You'll miss it if you stay on Cedar Canyon Road. So you need to stay on Mojave Trail proper. Guidebook helps with that. Alright, we just crossed the Cummins Road. You can see Kelso Dunes down there in the distance. Their campsite before Marl Springs. This is Marl Spring. It's an old mine shaft. Got a little campsite here, fire pit. Got a corral down there, and you got another concrete tub there. Decent place to camp. Looks like you can get a little bit out of the wind. Definitely some evidence of, human habitation and improvement here. Just another cool spot. Here's the mailbox. You can see a pen, notebook. If you want to get to this point, you got to stay on the Mojave Trail. If you stay on the Power Line Road down there to the south, you'll miss it. This is Tent Corral 6. Nice group camping spot if you're in the area. Up the road there is the lava tubes. We'll go see those next. This is the entrance to the lava tubes. Come down this little ladder. It's a little something to look back there, but this is the funner part. There's a little pinch point you got to crawl through, but you don't got to get on all fours. And then this is what I would call the cathedral section. Kind of neat. All right, there's 17 Mile Point. And there's the Dry Soda Lake and Zizek Springs and Zizek Road. All right, made it to Soda Lake. All right, here's a look at Soda Lake. All right, here we are at Traveler's Monument in the middle of Soda Lake. Bring a rock with you. That way you can add to the pile. Let everyone know you've been here as well. Here's the railroad crossing. You can see some water's made it this far down. It's actually made it about another half a mile down, so that's interesting to see. This is the second water crossing before you get off the Mojave Trail. All right, this is how you do the last part of the Mojave Trail. You got to go down to that railroad crossing rather than going back out to the highway. This is the last 7 or 8 miles or so. If you got a early 90s Ford Rangers, there are some parts out here on the trail in case you break something. All right, so this is where you park to go up to the triangles. Down there you can see the Mojave River Trail. Right there at the top you can see the railroad tie as part of the barrier to keep people from inadvertently walking on them. So what we'll do is we'll walk up or scramble up that little ravine. Pair of gloves to make it easier. All right, hold on, I'll show you the triangles. All right, so these are the triangles. The stuff that's further away from the camera, it's still triangular in shape. Just hard for you to see it, but these ones here in front are pretty clear what's going on. All right, here's the historical marker for Camp Cady. There's the turnaround spot with some soft stand that you gotta negotiate. If you're a heavier rig, you might wanna think that through a little bit. I'm gonna go walk down here, see what else there is to see.